Welcome to another edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. Mwah. This is our vegan recipe edition, or a vegan recipe edition. Another one of these beautiful recipes Karen's made. Can't wait to dig in. What do you have here, my love?
So I have a zucchini lasagna. This is all gluten-free because there is no pasta in this lasagna. It's all vegetables, and it's so good. I made this when our kids were visiting, and everyone loved it. Everyone had seconds. This one's not quite as pretty as the one that I made when the kids were here. I don't have a shredder to shred my vegan cheese, and I had purchased some vegan parm that I threw on it, and it looks so much prettier.
I bet we can get one off of Amazon.
I'm sure that we can. But anyway, I sliced, this is a Daya Havarti jalapeno cheese on top, so it doesn't look quite as pretty. But anyway, let me take you through this because it is so simple, and you can obviously make your own variations. So one thing that Jeffrey and I have been doing, and it will be in our Living Like a Local series, is we have our own garden. So we have been growing some absolutely beautiful vegetables, zucchinis at the top of that list, and gorgeous cucumbers, a lot of different varieties of cucumbers. These ones are like super painful when you touch them, so you have to peel them. And anyway, they're delicious, they're so sweet. So we took the cucumber and we took just a peeler. A mandolin would be best, but again, I don't have a mandolin at this house here. So we used a carrot peeler and we just sliced it very, very thin. This is one zucchini, a little bit larger than this one. And for the one I made when I had my kids here, I used 2 to 3 zucchinis because once you get to the seeded, heavily seeded area, it's really difficult to slice it with a carrot peeler, so you're not really able to use that portion of the zucchini for this lasagna. So I put down a very thin layer of tomato sauce, and I use the 365 from Whole Foods. We do a run there. About once a month we try to get down there and do a run. And this is my favorite. It's organic, the fat-free marinara pasta sauce. What I love about it is it does not have sugar in it, and so many pasta sauces are laden with sugars.
Yeah, read your labels.
Exactly, read your labels. And the main ingredient here, organic diced tomatoes, so love that. So
You're saying main ingredient, only ingredient, right? Or is there anything else?
no,
Is there salt?
there are some other ingredients in here. There are tomatoes, tomato juice, then tomato puree, water, then there's some organic spices like garlic, etc.
Okay.
But it's my favorite pasta sauce that I use for everything. And for this particular lasagna, I got the Beyond Beef crumbles, which I also love. A lot of people use the Beyond meat that comes, packaged, and it looks like,
Like hamburger meat.
like hamburger meat. I'm not as fond of that. It's got heavier oils in it. It's a little bit too fatty, and I'm not sure what kind of oil. But I do use it sometimes. It's a great product, but for me, I'm trying to keep it a little bit lean and mean, and I love these crumbles. There's 5 servings in this entire bag, and they're 90 calories and only 3 grams of fat per serving, so a lot lower on the fat scale.
So please,
I love this.
Yeah, I love it too. Please buy Beyond Meat. We have to get our stock up.
We do have stock in Beyond, and if you follow it at all, it went, whoo.
Right.
Anyway, enough of that.
That's gonna be fine.
Right. And then I always put a little bit of red wine in my pasta sauce. So I made the sauce first, and there are Vidalia onions, and the Vidalia onions right now are just delicious. These ones are called actually Morning Kiss, not Vidalias. Still really, really good. So I took all of those ingredients. So I took the Beyond and the sauce and the wine, as much or as little as you want, and the onions, and I put it into a pot and I cooked that on the stove. What I did with this, I put a little bit of that sauce down, just the littlest bit, and then I took the slices of the zucchini and I covered the bottom, and then I crumbled up. I only used half of this. So there's the other half.
That's the firm tofu.
Yep, organic, extra firm tofu.
Yeah.
It's super important to squeeze all of the moisture out of your tofu. It makes a huge difference, especially when you're not cooking with pasta and you're cooking with vegetables, because you want to get all that water and moisture out. The best way to do that is to put it between 2 towels and put a baking pan on top of it and press down, flip it, and do the same thing. Then it's super easy to crumble. So I put the first layer on the bottom is simply just crumbled tofu, not cooked yet, just crumbled and spread all out. And then I did take a small amount of this diet cheese. Normally I would use a vegan parm, but again, we didn't have it, so improvise and make it fun.
Right.
Put a tiny bit of that in with this layer. Then I put a layer of the thinly sliced zucchini. And on top of that layer, I put the most gorgeous local tomato, sliced super thin. Filled that up, and then some beautiful, and we are growing our own tomatoes. The one that I used was much larger than these, but we're hoping for some bigger ones of our own. I did have to buy the one that I used for this. And then some very thin sliced organic baby bellas. You can use portobello, white mushroom, and if you don't like mushroom, obviously omit. So the tomatoes and the mushrooms were in the next layer, and then I put another layer of the thinly sliced zucchini, and then on top of that, I believe there was another layer using the remainder of the crumbled tofu. And what else did I have on that layer? I think it was just the tofu. But again, you can do it however you want. Add some onion slices, some more tomato slices, additional mushroom slices. This one I made a little bit smaller because it's just Jeffrey and I, and I figure we'll have it tonight and tomorrow. And then the last layer is just the sauce on top, again with the vegan cheese. And I baked it, depending on where you live, I baked it at, we live in high altitude when we're in Colorado. Here we're not. But I put it on for about 20 minutes at 400, and that seemed to be perfect for this. So we're gonna dig in.
Great.
And it's gonna be absolutely delicious. I hope you like it. And post below, show me pictures, because I'm sure that you can do prettier than what I did here. And also, I'm sure you've got some great variations in your mind. So let me know what they are, because I want to try them. We're always looking for something new and fresh. Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from East Hampton, New York.